Hello.
Hello.
How are you this morning?
Good morning, Mr. Jakk. It's morning
Yes.
or evening?
It's morning in South Korea, 4 o'clock.
Oh, South Korea. You are close to China.
Very close, yeah.
Be
I think
safe.
maybe I know what you're thinking.
Yeah. Be in close places. Don't be in open places.
Yes. I won't go out today. Are
Yeah.
you in Saudi Arabia, I think?
No, right now I'm in Kuwait.
Kuwait. Aha. Well, as we sometimes say, close, but no cigar. For my guess.
What again?
It's a kind of a slang thing. When a person guesses and gets, so there are games where you guess, and if you win, you get a prize, like a free cigar. And which,
Free cigar.
yeah, and I said close, but no cigar.
But yes, you're close, but no cigar. Actually, I'm from Egypt.
From India.
Egypt.
Oh, from Egypt.
Yeah.
I love the whole idea of Egypt, but I've never been anywhere near that area of the world. I'm an anthropologist for quite a long period of time. I was fascinated by the study of Egypt in terms of studying the beginning of civilization, science and math and human accomplishments in difficult places and, ways of living. And the whole idea, in fact, of worshiping the sun still holds great appeal to me.
So you have studied about pharaohs, royal pharaohs, royal families,
studied about
related to pharaohs, royal families,
Korean family
in old Egypt.
Oh,
no, royal
the royal family. Yeah, not in the kind of detail you might expect me to remember, because it's been many years since I studied. I'm 75, and that was many years ago. But I did go out of my way to visit the Tutankhamun display when it came to Seoul, of course, and took a bunch of students there as well. Yeah.
The youngest pharaoh ever.
Yeah. And
yes.
Of course, Cleopatra figures in a central way in the history of Western civilization, and certainly the Roman Empire, from which so many of us have sprung or been sprung on the rest of the world. Are you working in Kuwait or just visiting?
Yeah.
Working.
I do teach here. I do work in Kuwait. I teach here. I work as a teacher.
And what is your subject?
English.
Nothing laughable about that. I've been in Korea for 30 years, but I couldn't teach Korean. Well, I could teach beginner Korean, but
nice.
Yeah, I wish I could speak Korean as well as you speak English.
Does the Koreans have the language like the letters like us in English?
No. They have what's called the Hangul alphabet. I'll send you a.
Hangul?
Yeah, I'll send you a.
Is it like characters like Chinese one?
It's phonetic.
Bro. Phonetic.
Yeah, it was. It's a fairly recent invention, actually. The
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's you can learn it in a day, the alphabet for Korean. A little longer for the phonemes, but the writing is very elegant. That is to say, both stylistically elegant and economical. It's not like Chinese, it's not ideographic. It's, well, there is, let's say, one of the consonants is just the circle, and that's, yeah, and if that occurs at the beginning of a syllable, it's silent, and at the end of a syllable, it's the nasal ing. Nasal. Yeah, ing. Yeah. So let's see, ding.
It's like the X in English. Anxiety. X.
Well, not exactly.
Does close?
No.
Is it close? Not exactly.
I'll find a link here. How much time do we have, by the way?
We still have time. We have 24 minutes.
Oh, good. So I'll send you a link and you can have a quick look. Oh, you can't switch over from your cell phone, but
everything, any option in front of you, I'll accept it. It's okay.
Yeah,
I really enjoy this conversation.
Well,
because I find myself right now, we might be, the screen between us, but still I can see that I'm in front of a big man, a huge man. Maybe you are famous in your field or science field. I don't know, but I see that you have a lot of information.
Yeah,
a lot of stories, adventure ones, even adventures.
Well, I'll drink to that.
Well, yeah.
My morning.
Just seeing the smile on your face is acceptable for me to keep this call on.
Same to you. Really.
You are welcome at any time, Mr. J. Actually, I have seen your name many times while I have been using Cambly maybe for 10 months right now.
Oh.
I always see your name online when I pick knowledge and scholar tours. But I haven't decided even at once to pick you because I have specific tutors to speak to them.
Sure.
But today was a good chance to speak to you.
My lucky day.
It's mine, sir.
This Hangul alphabet, there's something about it, maybe the most interesting thing about why it's so easy to learn. And I've tried to think about ways of representing it graphically just as ingenious, but it defeats me. Like the children, they give them a grid,
Yep, it's like a table.
Yeah,
with net.
Yeah, and they put the vowels across the top and the consonants down the side, which leaves a bunch of cells, and then they just put consonant and vowels together. So it goes ga na da ra ma pa sa and on.
Ga da ma what?
Ga, g is the consonant.
Ga,
a is the vowel. Ga, and then the next vowel is ya, gya, and then
gya,
gyo. Oh, gyo. No, sorry. Oh, go. Yo, gyo.
Yo.
O, gyo.
O, gyo.
U, gyu.
U, gu, gu.
G, gi.
Gi.
Ge, ge.
Ge. Ge.
Wa, gua.
Gua.
Gua. And
Arabic is much easier than this.
yeah, much easier to use.
we have we have letters in letters. The Arabic language is some kind of phonetic one.
Yeah.
The letters just in front of you, you just pronounce them as it is.
Okay.
So, but each letter has some kind of three main pronunciations. So the first one,
Okay.
a,
A.
a, u, e.
E, U, E. So,
Ba,
back,
bu, b.
front, up. Okay.
Yep, it's some kind of this.
Uh-huh.
It's some kind up and down, and some kind of making a circle one. A, u, e.
Maybe I could learn that. What?
It's so easy.
Uh,
We just have 28 letters. You will enjoy.
well, okay. So, how there are only two. You can. Oh, this is wonderful. There are only two really hard problems for the Arabic speakers that I've identified in terms of English and Arabic. The most troublesome, the most persistent, and swapping out for the
Interesting. Now I'm interested to know what is that one.
Well, it's the one that causes words. It's the bilabial. It's one that causes the word people to come out beeble.
People, yeah.
And the other one is the trill, which is common. It's beautiful. It's in so many languages, but it's not in English. Oh, there is some kind of highfalutin British royalty. They will trill, like in Shakespeare. You'll hear the trill, or
all hail King.
Yes, King.
Yeah, that's because we study standard English in our school, or at our school. Okay. We studied the standard one. We didn't study the slang one, or even studying English with the right intonation or stress, how to make a full conversation with a native one. We didn't study how to link words to each other to make it in a full sentence to sound like a nature one, like the native.
Huh. Interesting.
I have worked on this for myself.
Yeah.
As self-study.
I can tell.
Try to. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I tried a lot.
Yeah.
But after all,
how did you defeat it?
Yes. I didn't defeat anything. I just watched people. I have trained myself to speak like them.
Well, I'm sorry. You defeated it by watching people.
Thank you. I'm flattered. I have went to self-study books. There are too many. So there is American accent training. There is what? English pronunciation news, English vocabulary news.
Oh.
All these books helps you to improve your language. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
By the way, I have a YouTube channel and I explain English on YouTube for Arabic learners. I read the text and I explain it with the rule, with the concept of the rule, because at schools we just study the rule and how we can apply it, how we can make a sentence, how we can change the sentence into a negative one, how can you make a question, but they don't realize the difference between the present simple, the past simple, the present perfect. They don't have the relationship between both, between all these.
So much resistance to the idea that if you learn the rule, it opens the box. The rest of it just falls out of the box and right into place. But without the rule, it falls out of the box and just rattles around and bangs into everything, and you get confused and go nowhere.
I guess grammar is not the key to the English language. A vocabulary, getting engaged, involving in the language itself, exposing to the language. Yes, I guess this is the first element that all schools in the Arab world should really take care about. or take care for. I don't know why they are ignoring this.
Maybe even before, well, English used to be taught from Latin.
Yeah.
So that you have this great etymological staircase that begins with the root meanings and just goes up, and you gather words as you go through the etymology. You add suffixes and prefixes and infixes and affixes.
Yes.
Then, and then oddly enough, you end up with slang, which just sort of undoes the whole thing because it, limits the range of users who can use it. Well, this is a great way to begin my day. Did you tell me your name? If you did, I forgot. I forget everything. Where's my notebook?
Islam. My name is Islam. Islam TAGEN.
How would I spell it?
Islam, ISLAM.
LIS.
ISLAM.
Islam.
Yeah, it's
Islam.
Yeah, my name is the same as the religion.
But with the N instead of the M, or is it M at the end? Islam.
As in, yeah, Islam. Yes. At the end.
So it's the M. Oh.
Yeah, ISLAM. 5 letters.
Sometimes the easiest things are the hardest.
It's not for you. Everybody has the same.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I'll try to pick up my pace, catch up a little bit. Anyway,
I guess you are doing great. As far for your age, you told me that you're 57?
75.
Really?
Yeah, 75. Yep.
I wish if I got your age, I will be the same thing, same condition. And having my mind at the same time.
Well, I would almost.
I wish you the best. I wish you the best.
Inshallah.
A long life with health.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Wow. You are familiar with Islamic terms.
You pick up a thing or two on the way.
Wow.
If it's memorable, you remember it.
Yes. Actually, inshallah, it's some kind of a word that our mouth usually common in speech.
Yeah.
Because we say that it's by God's will.
I think, yeah, and even if you don't share the same faith, what really we rarely do. We just presume that we do. We willingly suspend our disbelief and become of one faith. So I always took it because I read, in fact, it's something I learned from an Arabian book called Arabian Nights. It was one of my favorite books when I was a kid.
Wow.
And I read the classics at a pretty young age. And so it was a great University of Chicago translation. The Great Books of the Western World, it's called. I don't know if you ever come across it. It was put out by the Encyclopedia Britannica. And, well, anyway, the one translation that was given is, I know it's probably insulting to a Muslim, but they leave out the translation of Allah to God and just say, "May it be so."
May it be so.
May it be so.
May it be so. it's instead of
May
inshallah.
May it be that way, or if that's the way it's supposed to be, let it be that way.
Yeah.
So it sort of undoes it and reconstructs it for local consumption, I suppose, is what happened to it. But it's the thing. It expresses a beautiful sentiment. So steal the sentiment and walk away from the beauty. In a way, it's unfortunate, but happens all the time in language.
When you just give yourself a chance to know other cultures, other religions, you might fix what you have read before,
Yeah.
Because not all the writings are correct one, except the holy text.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
As long as
my wife and I, I'm sure we spent over an hour one day somewhere in this jumble of books in this big apartment. There is an English translation of the Quran. I bought it and kept it and always intended to read it. And then my eyes started to fail. And I think I'll find it online and so I can read big print. But anyway, we looked for it for many minutes, searched the whole apartment, every bookshelf multiple times. The book still hasn't appeared, but I will read it that way. As you get older, the ideas begin to take a kind of relates to mortality, and so you're
some kind of more clear now. Yes.
Yeah, I'm drawn to it.
But let me tell you this: the real beauty of the Holy Quran, you can never enjoy except if you have learning the language, the Arabic language itself.
Yeah.
Because we have some words, they have the same characters, the same letters, but different. It's related to the stress and the intonation. It gives you another meaning.
So these are calculatic variations of meaning in the written representation.
The same letters, but with different. Do you remember A, U, E?
Yeah.
So it's like Jannah, Jinnah, Jannah, Jannah. Same letters, but different sounds, different meanings.
Different allophones of the.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Same idea.
Yeah. Okay.
You have got it.
This bunch, this lot of books right here over my shoulder. That's my collection of English poetry. Mostly small press books, the kind of books that maybe only be read by a few thousand people or fewer, but
and
I read them.
Your favorite poet is?
Sorry?
Your favorite poet is?
Many, yeah. Favorites. You reach an age where favorite is almost an impossible concept because there are so.
Really?
Yeah, there are so many.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's. I suppose if I had to choose my favorite English poet, I say English poet, I'm talking about the translations from Chilean Spanish.
Chilean Spanish translation. So
yeah,
he's a Spanish one.
Neruda.
Yeah. And Neruda as well.
Neruda. There he.
Neruda.
Yeah.
I haven't read this word before.
Pablo.
It's in Spain.
Chile.
So South America.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Next to Argentina,
Uh,
Brazil,
yeah. It's
Cuba. Yeah,
it's Chile is the narrow one that goes down narrowly
Pacific.
between the coast and the Sierra. It's a long
Yeah,
strip, and it was he's kind of a left-wing revolutionary poet, but a romantic, and he just well, you know, if I had to choose a language for myself, that if there was a law that you could only write poetry in one language, I think maybe I would choose Spanish.
Wow.
But I wouldn't blame you.
well,
I wouldn't blame you if you chose Arabic.
no, it's your choice.
Yeah, it's the way it sounds to me when they speak it. It's I just
Do you speak Spanish?
no. You know, no. It's purely a sound sensation that I get. Like
What was
singing.
your second language that you studied at school?
French.
French.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you good in French?
No.
Same thing in Egypt. I just remember the numbers. Un, deux, trois,
I
quatre, cinq.
get.
Je m'appelle Islam.
Yeah. I remember, you know, words and phrases. The French have a great way with catchy phrases, um, like uh, uh, uh,
I still remember bonjour, bonsoir,
bonjour, pourquoi,
pourquoi,
yeah.
Claire-t-il?
Printemps,
Yeah, and I still remember this. If I want to tell someone that I don't speak French, je ne parle le français. Je ne le parle le français.
je ne parle pas.
Je ne parle le français. Yeah, c'est ça. Yeah.
Parlez-vous français? Je ne parle pas. Parle pas.
Le français.
Or if you want to be polite, pardonnez-moi.
Wow, yeah. I forgot all those rules.
Yeah. I'd like to go traveling and stay long enough in France to recover it, and Spain, maybe Barcelona,
Barcelona.
and
I have recommendations from different people tell me that I have to go there one day.
oh, I think so. Well, you know, the Moorish influence on that part of the European continent is, I think, generally positive, and very the combination of the two art traditions is just stunning. There is maybe you know something about the architecture of
Mine?
Gaudí.
Of Antonio Gaudí.
Yeah, it's
French.
yeah.
Spanish.
I think he was dreaming in Arabic a little bit. When I look at the if you Google it in Google Images, you'll see it's like this combination of Moorish and Art Nouveau.
Islamic one. It's some kind of Islamic one.
Yeah, it's
yes, because Muslims were there.
Oh yes, they were. In fact, if things had been a little different, they'd still be there.
Okay, before I go, I upload my Cambly videos on YouTube. Do you think it's a good idea to upload this one or not? It's up to you.
Do you have a desktop computer?
Yep.